Hey friends, my name is Mitch. We're unboxing Korea the Forgotten War by Multi-Man Publishing. This is the OCS series. It's a Dean game, but I see almost nothing on this game out there. And when I look around, I see very sparse videos or anything, which usually means one thing: it's not that good. So let's see. It's OCS though. How can it not be that good? It's OCS. Okay, so what attracted me to this game, you ask? Well, I like the map. I am a map snob. I love a good map. Counters are, OCS. So you have three 22 by 34, and solitaire suitability is high. Complexity is high, but it's OCS. Once you know it, you can navigate the landscape of their games, right? Published back in 2014, and they have a lot of, so you got two OCS 4.1a charts, one OCS 4.10, okay, 2 dice, etc. What attracted me to this game is that it had a lot of single map scenarios, so I could just lay it out and then play in an evening, and it's a pretty hefty game. Plus, it was half price. How can you go wrong? I'm not sure what I paid for this. Paid half price on their sale. So I bought quite a few MMP games from their half price sale. So, in case you see a lot of MMP games on the channel, I apologize in advance. But, I mean, I do love the Grand Tactical series. You know that. Everybody knows that. I can't shut up about that. Alright, standard insert. What do we got? Go away dice. Put it in my stack. Put it in my stack. Alright, so wow, these counters are small. Those are some tiny counters. Let's look at the counters in a minute. I just had to just express my my wow, those counters are small. They look nice though. Let's look at them in a minute. So we have the series rules, and then we have the I don't know, Korea rules. What is this? So this is a series, and these are the particular game rules. So you got 40-page particular game, or is this scenarios? This is scenarios, sorry. So you have a few pages in front. We'll take a look at that closer, and then we go into the wow, that is a lot of scenarios. So I'm assuming no setup charts like the GTS. Okay, let's come back to all the books. Just sort of plow through this. So we have a 48-page OCS manual. So this is 4.1a from 2014. All right. So when did 4.1a come out? Does anyone know? Obviously around 2014. Okay. So it's a nice black and white book, and it's paper so I can write on it with a pencil once I see the errata, because Lord knows there's going to be some errata. It's OCS, my friends. So we'll take a closer look at this in a minute. We got supply, retreats and advances, specialized units, air power, pretty much standard OCS. Airdrop, aircraft carriers. Okay, cool. So let's come back to these in a minute. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 counter sheets. Come back to those in a second. And then we have our map. So I know that we have a bunch of one map scenarios. So these are charts and tables. These are our handouts. Outline sequence of play, and then we have another map. Look at the maps in a minute as well. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so let's start with the handouts. So we have the OCS Charts and Tables Air Transport Air Combat Table. Roll 3 dice, use 2 for the main table and a third for the lost decision. So we have pre-turn phase, weather, first player segment, first player turn, We got aircraft, reinforcement, mode, supply, reaction, combat, barrage and combat, exploitation and cleanup, transportation equivalents, airbase capture table? What? When airbase is captured, oh. What? That's too cool. Okay. Air combat table, air transport, air drop, air transport success table. All right. So, assuming we have multiples of these for multiple players. So we have 1, 2 of these. Let's take a look at the back. Okay, so we have attrition, dump, blowing table, capture table. Enemy units enter hex and no friendly units are also in the hex. All right. Rail transport, shipping, supply. Oh, this is so cool. Fuel supply, trace supply, miscellaneous, anti-tank effects. Blowing dumps, capturing dumps, refit airbase. Wow. So cool. All right, here we have our handy charts. Let's take a look at the barrage table. So we got 2 dice, total barrage strength, flak modifiers, barrage and facility table, barrage supply, and shifts. How many shifts we have? 7 different, one's optional. So 6 different shifts. Mission aircraft are within 10 hexes, okay. No correct spot or adjacent, that's fine. Okay, cool. Alright, that's the flak and barrage table. And here's your 1 CRT to rule them all, my friends. Combat table, surprise modifier. So, what is the combat results? DO1, ALO1, AL2. Alright. Very cool, very cool. And then we have the translation table for all of that. So here is abbreviations. Airborne armor, which was on here. AL1. Artillery. So rebuild chart unit and amphibious landing table. Very cool. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Amphibious landing, failure, mixed success. Alright, and then the flip side, we have the terrain effects chart, pretty standard. Track, chug, leg, special modifiers. And then we have our communist supply table and the weather table. I'll pause that for a second. You can pause the video and zoom in and check that out if you need to. Alright, so that's my CRTs. We got 2 sets. We got that. Now let's look at, since we're zoomed in, let's go ahead and look at the chits and then flip the manual open here. Alright, so we have standard infantry, got some tanks, we got the reserve, got our air units, and then we have more infantry. Let's see, here we have the C units, the nuclear fallout, turn marker, time marker, replacement for air, landing zones, I assume this is landing zones, supply, and then other units. Let's flip this over. I love these counters. Look how colorful these are. Very, very cool. So that is the 3314. So that's 12-3 goes to 6-4. Wow, that's a reduced unit? That is a heavy reduction. 4-3 goes to 2-5. Alright. So here is a second one. Alright, here we have low supply, DGs, fuels. Okay, so we just have 2 units, 2 things of units. Alright, forgot what that is. I believe that is supply. I'm not sure what that is. I forgot what that is as well. Alright, let's flip this over. We have exhausted ammo. Alright, so that is the second one. Let's get our third. All right, here we have units. 10-0, 80, 12th Infantry. Very cool, very cool, very cool. I do like OCS. I'm not a GTS snob. I do like OCS. Alright, and then we have pretty much the standard reduction units on that side as well. I forgot what the bracketed numbers mean. Victory point markers, reserve markers, and finally the last one. Here we have OCS 4.1 markers. Low, more DG, more everything. Okay. Pretty much the same as the other one. And here's the back side. So let's take a look at popping some of these out and see how easy they come out. Let's start with a unit. That's not bad at all. It's coming off pretty quick. It's not bad at all. This is not like the other game that I unboxed. What was that? Twilight Sunrise, I think. Holy crap. Yeah, that comes right off. That's nice. We do have some furries. It's official. We do have some furries. So, yeah, these will need to be trimmed. No question about it. A bit too furry for my taste, but they pop out great. Here's the thickness of the chits. They pop out fantastic. They pop out clean. The furries are there. It's not too bad though. So overall, this is a pleasant sprue experience. This is a pleasant experience, I have to say. I can't wait to get this to the table. I'm all excited now. I am playing this tonight. No questions about it. Alright, let's see, get rid of these. Now let's look at the rule books. So let's look at the main series rule book. Again, we're talking 48 pages, which is not bad. I like how you get somebody who hasn't played a word game and they'll get a 40-page book and freak out, and you're like, that's not too bad. Okay, so we have a black and white, pretty standard. I'll be honest with you, this is my preferred. Takes pencil corrections, everything, much preferred. Okay, basic combat unit. So you have your combat, pretty much the chit explanation. Then we go into setup notes, sequence of play. There's many videos. I'll link a video in the description for OCS tutorials. A bunch of them out there that are really good. Alright, simulcast turns. The book doesn't lay flat. It has this crease I'm not a fan of, but okay. Units and markers, combat units, ships, aircraft, game markers, attack capable units, general concepts, zone of control, pretty much standard, truck movement, regimental equivalents, modes, combat mode, reserve mode, fog of war, never look through an enemy stack, well yeah, strat mode, exploitation, ground movement, here we go, how to move ground movement. You have a nice example over here, mildly different normal process on the controls, okay, shows other example, that's fine. Terrain effects, movement chart, each hex and hexagon feature costs a number of movement points, right. Multiple terrain types. How many terrain types do they have? Restrictions on movement, ground combat, reaction phase. Another example. What is this example? Comprehensive combat. Okay, cool. So you got a walkthrough of the combat. Always awesome. Here's your supply rules, action ratings, odd determinations, combat resolutions, and step losses. Destroys unit when they lose a step. Alright. An overrun attack with a hip shoot. Exploitation results. And then barrage. Pretty standard. Supply, air barrages, exploitation phase. Hedgehogs. Supply points. Transportation and on-map supply. And then a maximum Stretch of headquarters. Purposes. Okay, cool. Fuel supply, combat supply. Here are the extenders. And tracing supply, eating off the map, attrition and out of supply. Destroying dump, specialized units. Okay, HQ units provide supply distribution and engineer support, right? Transportation points and railroads. How can you live without them in OCS? Rail heads, artillery units, replacement units, reinforcements, formation markers, engineer functions, air power, aircraft movement, aircraft stacking, maximum of 4 friendly aircraft plus the air base level could be active at one time. Fighter sweep. So here is your barrage air missions. An example over here. Air combat flak, hip shoots, air transport, train busting, and air drop. And then here's your air bases. Air strips, refitting, hedgehogs, weather, naval combat, power combat, etc., etc., etc. Beach assaults, yeah, ports and shipping. Alright, cool. Optional rules, recon, proportional strength, and independence. Okay. Anti-radar, nah. In your terms. Player's notes. And, okay, why is it there? On the back of the manual. Alright, let's get these. So, wow, that is 40 pages. Is this all scenarios? Jesus. Wow. Wow, this is nice. So you get 11? Yeah. Wow. You get 11 scenarios. Alright, so these are the specific rules? No, these are 2.0 rules. Why this? Fallback 2.0 rules. Chinese intervention, communist initiative, sanctuary, victory. Alright, UN special rules, whatever. Options and variants. Nuclear weapons. Okay, so scenarios. Oh, wow, we get 13. Look at this. You get 13 scenarios. Nice. That's real nice. That's real nice. Alright, first one is Korea War. Communists go first. Total turns 109. Okay. Use all maps. Okay, so this is a full triple mapper. And this one is a double mapper, Invasion of South Korea. So that one is 109 turns, and the double mapper is only 29 turns. So, on the Naktong, that's only 8 turns. And it only uses map C, which is this one. So we got a 1 mapper. Number 4 is a 97 turn triple mapper. That's not too many units. Yeah, it's not too many units. Alright, so scenario 5 is a 4 turn single mapper for B. So the other single mapper was C, and this single mapper is B. So 6 is a triple mapper, 85 turns. 7 is a 7 turn A mapper, so we got single missions, 7 to 9 turns for each map. That's nice. That's nice design, guys. Come on, that's nice. Give it to them. That's nice design. 8, Enter the Dragon. 9 turns on a double map. Okay, and then 9 is a triple mapper, 64 turns. And I just got a reload chart on that one. So 10 is a triple mapper, 51 turns. 11 is a 41 turn triple mapper, So most of these are triple maps, which is cool. That's fine. You buy something like this, you're going to expect that. Wow, that is a shitload of units. Is that just for 11? Alright, 12 is a 9-turn single mapper, B. Look at it, nice, this is nice. And a B map, 13 is a B map single turn, or single map 12-turner. Okay, so we have the Communist Campaign arrival schedule, so these are your reinforcements. And then the UN campaign reinforcements as well. Put those in a different tray. Then we have our amphibious landing table, which apparently is used for a few of these. Alright, cool. So let's take a look at the maps. So let's start with map A. I'm going to be doing a single mapper tonight. Single map time. I'm so happy. I love games. Alright. So there is your turn it right side. So here is your chart. Make it flat so it doesn't reflect. So we have your rebuild chart here. Victory point track from 0 to 9. Intervention, dead pile, supply table. Alright. And then here's the actual map, which looks pretty good. Pretty standard MMP map. I mean, it's not Atlanta is ours big graphic map or anything, but no. And on this side we have our terrain key, and that is map A. Here's map C. This looks like it's going to go on the far left. Master of the obvious here. Half-week record track, weather table. Then we have our ship and rail chart, holding box, and amphibious landing tables here again, as well as in the thing. And then we have a nice terrain key. So this goes on the far left side, I assume, by the big logo on there. And let's take a look at this out. Alright, here we have up here Bin Bay, Shinsu Bay, and as we scroll across we have this, so that looks really nice. Alright, here is going to be the landing, which is probably not going to be too pleasant. I assume either this where the ships dock, or is this the landing zone? I'm not really sure. Obviously there's going to be some action occurring right through here. We have the Korea Strait over here, and the ground units, Japan holding box, etc. That's map C. So finally we have map B. The creases are clean. Look at that. That's clean. There's no pre-creased like there was with that Sunrise game. So we have China and North Korea. Then we have the Sea of Japan and your other terrain chart. So based upon this, I think this is going to go up top, maybe? The 3 mapper? I'm not really sure. Here we have a weather table again. Let me flip this over so you can see it. Here we have our weather table again, rebuild chart. Victory point track and the intervention. So this is going to go on the other side of for the opponent. And then over here we have China and North Korea. And then we have the Yalu River, the reservoir, and everything else. So nice looking map. Pretty standard map for MMP. Really like it. Overall, I really like the look of this. So let's dig into the setup, get something set up here, and start playing. Looks like fun.